You've been getting legend for years. I know you've made some friends along the way. Anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I want to shout out my guy Dakota, my guy Sean RKL, my guy ISO Ninja, and there's one.
Coming to you live on this Tuesday night, it's the NBA on 2K. Hey, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Well,
oh, he can, no question. Thanks, David. Now, the opening lineup for the New Orleans Pelicans. Up front, it's Williamson at the 4, and Valanciunas at the 5. Then it's Ingram, and it's Murphy in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Warriors, guard pair on the floor, it's Curry and Thompson. Ben Simmons is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. We are in for a treat in this matchup, Greg, with two conference rivals set to clash yet again.
Yeah, we're going to see some added effort and intensity, and don't be surprised if it gets a little chippy.
Now Simmons, after Brandon Ingram missing on that last 3-pointer.
Good work by Curry moving the ball. He has a good eye for those openings.
Ingram outside. Murphy against Wiggins.
看那个 Murphy 哈，哇，很高啊！
And the basket by Murphy.
这个 Murphy 当小前锋，他的身高是那个
reason why lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance
大型
points.
侧翼的身高啊。
Now here's Curry, providing around 26.5 points a game. Rarely has an off night. Hits the 3-point bomb.
The pure stroke of Curry.
McCollum
It's beautiful to watch
CJ
from
McCollum 跑进来
outside the arc.
And here is Ingram
神偷
after the 3-pointer from
当
Stephen
后卫
Curry.
吧。
New Orleans moving it around. And the pass to Alvarado. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Greg, we know that Klay Thompson had 941 days between NBA games because of those injuries. But he was using that experience away for good.
And Klay announcing with his family foundation to have a 941-day initiative. Programs to help workers who have suffered career setbacks. Thompson helping others with their comeback.
And here is Ingram after the 3-pointer from Klay Thompson. And Murphy kicks to Ingram. Over Thompson. Drops it in from 14 feet away.
You see how Ingram's polished his game, looking smooth from the mid-range.
Outside Curry. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
A lot of enthusiasm to
我
the
靠，那
start
个
of
是
this game.
LeBron
So
James
far,
的上网
a
方法。
perfect 4 for 4.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And Kevin, little plays like
汉堡
that
神
one
偷。
will help them manage this lead heading into the half. How about the determination?
Alvarado. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. They get Stephen Curry.
And guys, things are looking up in New Orleans. The extension for Zion Williamson reflecting his commitment to this young core, and with the 8th pick and Dyson Daniels, that the Bells added to their bevy of young wing defenders. They're building a team to contend.
Good on both. Last game in New Orleans, they picked up the win against the Portland Trail Blazers. Up top, Curry. He's got 5. Ingram with the steal. Inside, here's Alvarado. No good. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Ingram against Curry. Pass to Thompson. Curry on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Over Alvarado. And the shot is long.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And there it is for him.
Nothing you can do. Zion is just unstoppable from this area of the floor.
Now here's Curry. Pass to Wiggins. Curry on the wing.
看我身后
On
很
the
烦
wing,
欸。
Thompson. Left Trey. They get the rebound. Goes back up. And Simmons with the lay-in.
And the length of Simmons using this as well as that athleticism to pull in the offensive rebound.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Kuminga's come in for the Warriors. Poole comes in for Thompson. On defense, the Warriors. They lead by 4. And again, no good by New Orleans. Here's Curry. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. And that's now 7 points for Stephen Curry. And so Graham will bring it up for the Pelicans. Jones kicks to Graham. Out to the right wing. Here's Hernan Gomez. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Though Devontae is a natural-born scorer, he's developed into a solid playmaker as well.
And the call will be against Hernan Gomez. That's his first foul. Nancy's checked in for New Orleans. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first. Up top, Curry. Graham defending. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact. So a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And what a season he's had at the foul line thus far. 86% from the line.
You gotta respect Steph Curry's willingness to carry the load. He never backs down from a challenge, and he will work himself to the bone, trying to provide for his team.
59 seconds left in the first quarter. Jones against Wiggins. It's stolen by Kuminga. Fires it up. Curry can't get it to go. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Graham with the ball. Kuminga on him, and it's in there.
Love the take from Graham right there, not allowing the defense to bother him.
Curry against Graham. McGee in the corner. On the wing, Wiggins. It's Curry outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Curry's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Warriors.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Here's Graham. 1 second left. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's the Golden State Warriors holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the... And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
They came out firing from deep. It's always good for a team's confidence when you can start a game that hot.
Also, they're getting into the teeth of the defense. Points in the paint, something coaches always love to see.
So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. The 3 great shooters out there for him, Curry and Poole in the backcourt with Thompson at the 3. Kuminga out there with Ben Simmons. Nance passes to Alvarado. 6 to shoot. It's Murphy outside. Warriors with the rebound. They host the Spurs after this one. And that game closes out the 4-game homestand for them. Thompson misses. Pelicans trailed by 10. Here's Alvarado. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. Here's Nance. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Smitty, the talented Larry Nance has a very complete game, doesn't he?
He does.
场均5
Does a
分的
little bit of
Nance，
everything for this team. Scores,
鹈鹕整个
rebounds,
阵容好
passes,
像还
defends.
深度还不错。
Kevin, he's such an excellent role player.
汉堡神都是后卫，然后还有一个 Grant
And he sinks the second.
后卫还
Right
蛮
when the
多的
postseason rolls around, the
然后这
officials
个
tend to let more go, more content,
板凳上
more
面还
aggressive
有
play.
谁啊？
Is that the right approach?
Kevin, I think it is the right approach, and I'm a fan of letting the players play
Hey,
and
Murray.
blow the whistle when there's clearly an
Hey,
advantage
Nance.
created by either the
可
offense
用之兵
or
还蛮
defense.
多的了。
Offensive rebound, Hernan Gomez. And good work on the boards. They pick up the
Gomez
second
is
chance
there.
points.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
Here's Curry. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
We know he's comfortable with shooting the 3 ball, but he's becoming very comfortable inside the paint, drawing fouls, scoring, or getting to the free throw line.
New Orleans making some changes here. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Hernan Gomez. And Zion Williamson subbed in for Larry Nance. Passes it to Murphy. He dishes it to Williamson. New Orleans moving it around. And it's Alvarado missing.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
And this is how Simmons puts up points. He challenges you close at the rim more often than not, having the physical advantage.
And Williamson throws it down.
Just a terrific effort on the offensive glass. That's how they're going to cut into this lead.
And Greg, a dunk like that is sure to give them a spark. And the basket by Curry.
He is at a different level when you start talking about handling the basketball. One of the best to ever do it.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Murphy can't hit. Warriors leading by 13. Kuminga kicks to Curry. Takes the 3. And another 3 for Golden State.
The whole team is loving everything Steph is doing. Playing with the ease on offense tonight.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And just trying to get some traction offensively. Boy, it hasn't been pretty.
You know, this is a good time to maybe switch up your strategy a little bit. You can't keep doing what you're doing and expect a different result.
Andrew Wiggins, he's checked in for Stephen Curry.
Wiggins 为什
And
么
for
穿
those
蓝
of
色
you just
鞋
joining
子？
us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by.
靠腰，
And
也
the
有
foul on
Nike
Andrew Wiggins. That's his first foul.
快点发啦！等什么？
Outside, Jones.
And they really haven't been able to get into any kind of
这么
an
多人
offensive
三年，我就
flow
不信你
this
可以。
quarter.
And here's Golden State. They're on a 13-5 run. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas. Some things change here in the league, but a little trash talk still seems, Steve, like a key component to the game. I'm having a hard time remembering. Did you partake in that?
I did, Kevin, but I didn't call it trash talk. We just talked, and you tried to get into your opponent's head. And also, for me, I played better when I was talking.
Jones from outside. Simmons pulls it in.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
And here is Poole. 11 points last game. 5 on the clock. And that one's good. Simmons got 10 points.
Oh, great ball movement there.
And Ingram has got the ball here for New Orleans. Fresh from a win against Portland.
哎呦，
Yeah,
那
they were
乱
able to
传干嘛？
maintain focus in a hostile environment, and that led to
所以
taking
说这样
shots
扑
that
的
made
时
sense.
候其实是很
Rarely
不好。
frazzled. They play with a pretty even temperature, in my opinion, throughout this entire game.
假传哦。
The pass to Hayes. Outside, Jones. Here's Williamson. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And Simmons kicks to Poole. And it's good, assisting on the play with Simmons. Poole's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thanks very much. The reviews have been good for the league's moves to eliminate foul calls on non-basketball moves. The NBA said it wanted the game to be played, not manipulated. Draymond Green says it helps to know that you'll have more of a fair opportunity as a defender. Guys can't just cheat the system. Kevin, back to you.
That's great to see, David. Thank you.
Staying unselfish, keeping your eyes up. So important for a young player. Zion, mature beyond his years.
Here's Wiggins. That shot, no good. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for him. And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Warriors making a change here. McGee's checked in. Hernan Gomez is checked in for the Pelicans. Outside, Jones. Clock is at 3. From deep three-point range, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Larry Nance is checked in for Herbert Jones. There's 53 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Pass to Poole. Fires for 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Poole's got 6 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Nance against Wiggins. Pass to Hayes. Shot clock at 6. Ben Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Poole with it. He's got 6. From deep. He's off on that one. Here's Alvarado. And that one released in time, but no good.
And have to love that tenaciousness there by Wiggins. He has all the tools to be a great defender.
The Pelicans, 19.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He ended up with 19 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists. Taking... That about wraps.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
And many of those quality shots have been jumpers. A very high percentage of those in the first half.
So for New Orleans right now, up front it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. Then it's Ingram and it's Alvarado in at the 1. And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this juncture. The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
Here's Wiggins, and he makes that one.
No stopping Wiggins there. You have to respect his aggressiveness and fighting mentality.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. Well, for New Orleans, shooting a pretty sorry 29% from the floor here. Ingram passes to Murphy. Williamson kicks to Murphy. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Clock at 6. Passes to Alvarado. Over Wiggins. And it's Alvarado missing.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
The shot by Thompson, no good. For New Orleans, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
New Orleans making a switch here. Graham's checked in. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Ugly start to the second half. They've missed their first 4. They've got to get on track.
Curry looking around. Thompson for the triple. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 4 assists now tonight. Over to the left wing. Wiggins against Murphy. Graham kicks to Murphy. Shot to stop the run. The Warriors pull it in. Thompson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
It's Curry outside. He can't get that one to fall. Now New Orleans will take it the other way.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Valanciunas trying to free himself up. Count that bucket. Williamson's got 6 points.
This is where Zion's most dangerous. Out in the open floor, getting set up for the finish.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
There's been an emphasis on ball movement, and he's been a major catalyst.
And Ingram has got the ball here for New Orleans. Graham finds Ingram. Now Williamson, guarded by Simmons. Williamson against Simmons. Ingram dishes to Graham. Drains it from beyond the arc. Graham's got his second basket of the game.
Wow, the moment Devontae Graham catches it, he's ready to fire.
Smitty taking a look at Brandon Ingram. He is a very difficult matchup.
He is, Kevin. He scores in bunches, works well as a facilitator, and is capable of serving as a lead ball handler. Plus, with his length and skill set, he can play 1 through 4.
And the Pelicans get it back. Wiggins against Ingram. Over Wiggins. And it's Ingram missing.
Very surprising. He gets the ball where he wants it in a decent matchup.
Now Curry. He's got 21.
Oh, my
And it's
God.
Wiggins missing. Williamson right side.
Oh.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
A healthy Zion is a force to be reckoned with.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Morris is checked in for JaVale McGee. Kuminga comes in for Simmons. And Poole subbed in for Thompson. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
They've been lights out from three-point land in this one. The defense hasn't been effective at stopping them, so they have just stuck with the game plan.
And the other thing you notice is how committed they've been to playing with the pass, constantly moving that ball from one side to the other.
Daniels, he's checked in for Williamson. A floater,
Whoa.
and it's good on the
Floater.
way. Curry's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Floater,
He's been a
man.
big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Here's Graham. There's the pass to Daniels. And it's Graham missing.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story, inconsistent with his offense.
Wiggins surveying the floor. Puts up a 3. And it's Stephen Curry with a 3. Curry's got 26 points.
There you go. That's the stroke we saw in the first half.
Jones, the pass to Graham. And here's Daniels. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Jones. Here's Hernan Gomez. Makes it off the glass. Hernan Gomez has got 6.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Outside Curry. Fires from deep. And another 3 for Golden State.
Defensively, they've had no answer for him this period, and he continues to stay aggressive. This could be a problem. That's his 4th foul with plenty of basketball left to play.
He's made 1 and missed 1 so far in the game. And the first one at the line is good.
The former second-round draft pick, Devontae Graham, now a key contributor who can really fill it up.
And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. And Graham drops them both. Golden State's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Curry outside. It's good from long range. Curry's got 32 points.
And guys, he's been a one-man air raid coming at them time and time again.
Yeah, the defense has allowed him to get into a rhythm from there, and he's been relentless.
Three-pointer, Graham. Wiggins with the rebound. Gets it off. Oh, my goodness, with no time left on the clock.
Without a moment to spare, he guts this one out.
Coaches always talk about closing quarters strong. Can't do it much better than that.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. So with Thompson sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Ntilikina out there with Stephen Curry. Then there's Jonathan Kuminga. And it's Watanabe in at the small forward position.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Lewis kicks to Jones. Steve, you played all 4 years at Michigan State. When you think about the fun you had there, what was more enjoyable? Playing college basketball or in the pros?
Kevin, I have to be honest, both was fantastic. When in college, those 4 years was something I'll never forget. But then obviously, ultimately, you want to make it to the NBA, and I got a chance to do that. So both were fantastic in my eyes.
Curry outside, and another 3 for Golden State.
Dominating when it matters most. Give him the ball and get out of the way.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Lewis. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Oh, glad we got a chance to check out that fantastic drive one more time.
And even down big, the effort and energy is still there to try and make a comeback.
Here's Curry. Good. Curry's got 42 in the game.
Phenomenal screen and roll player because of his ball handling ability. Comes off the screen, makes the right play, bucket.
Lewis with the 3. And no good. The Warriors go the other way with it. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, but just the second turnover of the game. I mean, overall, pretty meticulous offensively.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Markieff Morris comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. It's Mills in for Stephen Curry. And then for New Orleans, Hernan Gomez is checked in for Nance. Marshall comes in for Herbert Jones. And Daniels subbed in for Devontae Graham. Morris passes to Baldwin. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Now here's Mills. Lewis covering. Sinks the three-pointer. Mills has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Lewis, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
And even with the ratings going strong, the younger generations often cord cut. How does the NBA engage that audience?
Kevin, I think making game action trend on social media, and when big moments happen for maybe a small fee, allow people to be a part of it. It's like highlights, but live.
Shots good by Mills.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Now, here's Marshall. Tight defense on him. Daniels kicks to Marshall. Down low, here's Hayes. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. First one falls for him. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And so it's Baldwin with it. He brings it up for the Warriors. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
You want unselfishness, but you also need to keep it under control.
From beyond the arc, they get it back.
Pace
Nails the baby hook.
At the end of the day, when the ball goes up, there's no substitute for effort.
Now here's Mills. The 3, and another 3 for Golden State.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
You know, when you're raining threes, you can stack up points in a hurry, but it can go the other way as well.
And the ball out of play. The Warriors will inbound. It's picked off. And there's the foul. It'll go on Frank Ntilikina. That's his first foul. Lewis outside. He kicks to Marshall. Daniels with it. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Marshall. Back to Hernan Gomez. Pass to Lewis. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. They get it again. Hayes. And at last, they get one to fall.
Poor interior defense. If you play him soft, he's going to kill you.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And now racking up there, I can't believe I'm saying it, 71st victory of the season. Wow. Not something that happens often. What a ride it's been for this team.
And with this win, they bring the season series to an end, guys, with a split, 2 games apiece.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Stephen Curry.
Woo, he put on a clinic tonight. Terrific vision, sees the whole floor, and he hits guys in their spots with pinpoint dimes.
Shots good by Mills.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Especially during this last run, which ultimately put the game away.
Hernan Gomez passes to Lewis. And he dunks it down.
And you gotta like that they found something positive here, something that maybe carryovers into the next game.
They put together some great possessions here at the end. It's a shame they could have used this run much earlier.
And here's Mills from the arc. Another 3 for Golden State.
and you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
They're going to win by a nice margin. The effort was there all night.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
你还在那边 Marshall
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
快点了啦
Here's Marshall. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And the outcome of this one was... All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
42分 Mills 是谁？马刺，干马刺那么烂。 What？ 哎呀，好啦，他已经完全的恢复健康了啊，那我们就把那个努力呢，就是库啊下这个库明加没有上场那么多时间呢，啊，这些你们不要上场这么多时间啊，上场超时了。马季原本是只能上25分钟，是不是？我给你27啦。库明加给你20，这样子吧，这样子可以吧？大前锋的位置是比较少，因为他也算是大前锋。啊，就这样吧。这个马刺哦，有一个扑某哦，被开除了啊，笑死了我！因为他你知道怎样吗？干他铺路狂。
Coming up next.
他真的有病，真的是。
TGIF, everyone. It's the NBA on two. Allie, it's all yours.
Thanks, Brian.
Eyes on the prize, Allie. Thanks. And a look at the starters for the Spurs. Johnson and Pirtle, the big men. Then there's Devin Vassell. Then there's Josh Richardson. And for the Warriors, Curry and Thompson pair up at the 1 and the 2. Andrew Wiggins is out there with Ben Simmons. And it's McGee in at the center position. Well, it's the time of the season when voters are weighing their options for the yearly awards. RJ, you think there should be more positional flexibility for the All-NBA and all-defensive teams?
1,000%. And I still don't have a vote, so my opinion doesn't matter. But seriously, the answer is yes. If you're talking about players' contracts, because it can affect a player's contract, they should have the ability to be the best players on the best teams, and that's what the All-NBA first team should be.
Got to get you a vote, man.
No, I'm good.
Golden State needs to get off a shot. Shot clock at 2. Knocks down the long J.
This is Pete Curry shooting with real confidence off the catch. It's what helps get him going.
Vassell outside. First quarter of play, a minute in. And the shot goes in.
Oh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
Now here's Curry. The D's right on him. Out to the right wing. Wiggins passes to Curry. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call. Here's Vassell. Turned in an outstanding game against Utah. McGee with a steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Warriors. Thompson outside. Three-pointer, no good. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in.
You have to admit, these are not the San Antonio Spurs of old. They're going through some growing pains right now, but you can already see that progress is being made.
Now here's Curry. Impressive scoring stats with around 27 points a game. Here's Simmons, and he buries his first look.
You know Simmons can get physical when he has to, going right through the contact.
The Spurs have gone 1 for 3 so far. This Spurs squad, Richard, is doing a lot with the pieces they have right now.
And that's just proof that their system works. Not that we needed any more after the last 20-plus years. They take young talent and they turn them into future stars, making sure that the franchise has a strong foundation that they can build on.
That's certainly a great history and legacy.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Wiggins finds Curry, puts it up from 15. Pirtle grabs a miss.
See, that miss right there, it's why teams try to avoid the mid-range jumper these days.
Here's Johnson. Oh, he misses the go-ahead basket.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Here's Curry, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
A multiple-time champion and relentless competitor. Curry's drive to be an all-time great, well, he's pretty much there.
Looney's checked in for McGee. And so Curry nails both of them.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
The Spurs have gone 2 for 5 here in the first. Pass to Richardson. To the inside. Shots blocked. Here's Simmons, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Simmons has gotten his second bucket.
This is where Simmons is most comfortable shooting from. Once he's this deep, feed him.
Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. Kevon Looney picks one up. No good on the free throw. And some changes here for the Warriors. Kuminga comes in for Simmons. And it's Poole in for Klay Thompson. A big group substitution here for San Antonio. Now here's Curry. He's got 5. And there's Poole on the assist from Curry.
An outstanding first quarter from the field.
Pass to Robinson. On the wing, McDermott, hounded by Wiggins. Here's Sohan. Shoots over Kuminga. Shot clock at 4. And Collins lays it up and in.
Activity on the glass. That's a possession that could have gotten away from him.
Pass to Poole. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
Just an unselfish play from Curry, always ready to move the ball and his body to help an open shooter.
Fantastic replay we just saw of the mobile 1 drive.
Yeah, staying with it and looking to expand this margin. Hard-nosed takes like that will certainly help.
Here's Sohan. Boy, he's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. 4 on the clock. Here's Wesley. Looney grabs a miss.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
Pass to Poole. Outside Kuminga. Now here's Curry. Really played well against New Orleans in his last game. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
And the Spurs making a change here. Jang's checked in. Now here's Robinson. We saw him with 11 points in his last game. Pass to McDermott. The 3 is up. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
And so far, they've had the advantage on the boards.
Looney, nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Getting enough shots in close to play inside out.
And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's his first foul. Pass to Wesley. To the wing, right side. Down low. The ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Curry.
That is how you deny entry. Great effort.
And that one's good. Poole.
But D hasn't been quick enough to react to the ball inside. That's helped cause this run.
And here's Robinson. Boy, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Nails the wide open jumper.
Found some space to get off the mid-range, and he'll do damage from there if you let him.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors. They have a nice 9-point cushion at the end of the quarter, just pounding the painted area. That's helped them build an advantage. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. We welcome you back to second quarter action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. Let's get a quick check of the scoring breakdown here for the Warriors. On the court for San Antonio, they've got Johnson. Also, Josh Richardson out there. Gorgie Jang is out there with Devin Vassell.
With all the attention Clay gets, it can lead to open looks for others. Nice decision.
Here's Wesley, following the score by Golden State. Vassell, right side. McGee with a steal. Outside Curry. Thompson finds Curry. That one a little long. And here are the Spurs now. They trail by 11. They defeated Utah in their last game.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
And on top of probably having the better talent, they never let up. Great effort, great win.
And that's how you defend. Glad we had a chance to see a replay of that block again.
Showing no signs of giving up this lead. That block sent shockwaves into the opposition's sails.
Now here's Curry. They lead by 11, largest margin of the game, and the Warriors miss again.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
We've seen Jakob Poeltl make huge strides with his defense since coming into the league, Richard.
He's become one of the top rim protectors. Each season, his block numbers get better. Players think twice about driving the lane when he's out there.
Pass to Simmons. Thompson outside. Simmons against Richardson. Simmons, the pass to Curry.
Ooh.
Nice open look, but it's no good.
Not his best efficiency this quarter. Look, sometimes that's how it goes.
On the wing, Vassell.
We're seeing some rapid improvement from Devin Vassell. His numbers are ticking up year over year, and that's across most categories.
And for Vassell, that success has led to extra playing time.
Well, that's what it is. He's seeing more minutes on the floor, but he's also risen to the opportunity and shown that if you play him more, you're going to get more from him.
The Warriors leading. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Richardson against Simmons. Now here's McGee. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 6. Curry with another miss.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Oh, a nice shot by Collins.
And their shots are dropping with more consistency now.
Pass to McGee. Back to Simmons. And he banks in the layup. Simmons has got 6 points.
Physical defense, not a problem for Simmons. His strength is one of his assets.
To the wing on the left. Poeltl finds Collins. And the call is going to be, yes, an illegal screen.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You gotta focus on the details.
Looney's checked in for the Warriors. Kuminga comes in for Stephen Curry. Pass to Kuminga. Thompson outside. It's stolen by Johnson. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor.
Unselfish to the core. Johnson looking to make plays for others.
The Warriors have gotten just 2 of 6 field goals to go in the second. Outside Simmons. Back to Poole. Up and over Richardson. Knocks it loose. The Spurs have gone 3 of 3 to begin the second. Pass to Vassell. From outside the arc. And Richardson hits from deep. And now just a 2-point Warrior lead.
The execution has been better lately. But do they have enough energy to pull it off?
The thing they have to watch for is mental fatigue. They have to stay focused and finish the job.
Now here's Poole. 6 points for him. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. Here's Collins. The shot is good, and this game is back to even. 6 points for him.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
And that replay showed how sensational that drive truly was.
And I love the way he played downhill on that drive. Love the attack mentality in a close game.
And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. So we'll see Ben Simmons go to the line here. It's on Devin Vassell. Wiggins, he's checked in for the Warriors. Here's Wesley. Well, he hasn't put up any points yet in this one. Well, Richard, you had a long playing career. When you think of the great leaders you were around, what are some of the common threads?
I think one of the common threads are the guys that work the hardest expect the most from their teammates. That's something that I've always seen be very, very consistent with leaders, because leaders, especially leaders of men in professional sports, you have to lead by example.
Here's Wesley. 9 points in his last outing. Pass to McDermott. 55 seconds left in the first half. Shot clock at 5. And that one hits the back iron.
Probably not the shot they had in mind, but you can't fault him. He had a clean look.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They're doing a good job getting the ball inside this quarter. Really trying hard to make up ground.
And the Spurs making a change here. Johnson's checked in.
Entering the NBA can be a difficult challenge, and age can add to that challenge. Jonathan Kuminga was just 19 years old when he stepped onto an NBA court.
Here's Wesley, and stolen by Simmons. Wiggins passes to Kuminga. Out to Thompson. The three is up. And the three-pointer goes. Thompson's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
They're shooting nearly 50% from beyond the arc, and their confidence is growing.
On the take. Here's Wesley. Simmons defending. And stolen by Simmons. Wiggins passes to Simmons. Yep, that one goes. And it's a 12-point Warrior lead.
And making the extra pass. Wiggins' teammates appreciate his willingness to get it to them when they're uncovered.
And so it's the...
Thanks. I'm here with Coach Popovich. And Pop, I know you're not happy with the first half. They've taken the fight to you thus far. How do you take it back?
Yeah, they've been the aggressive team. I think we played really soft so far. Really pathetic defensive performance.
Coach, hopefully more toughness from your team in the second half. Thanks.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
Golden State did not hesitate to set the pace. Amped up and ready off the tip, they immediately went on an 11-4 run. At the end of one, they were already up 9. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Big fella, what's your take on Golden State so far?
Well, we know the coach is happy. Steady start to the night for them. They're not wasting possession. They built a nice lead. They continue to limit their turnovers. They're going to be tough to beat on.
Over to Kenny now. Your take on the Spurs?
Well, it's never fun. You're playing against a team that's on fire. This team was on fire. They showed effort on defense, but it didn't matter. They couldn't get the stops. I don't think the opponent could sustain this kind of shooting.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from Ben Simmons.
You just love his patience offensively in the first half. Waited until he got the looks he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
Thompson the 2 with Wiggins at the 3. JaVale McGee out there with Ben Simmons. And it's Curry in at point guard. That's the Warriors 5. Here's Wesley. Up top, Johnson. Pass to Wesley. And down it goes. 2 points.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
That was another look at our Mobile One drive of the game just a moment ago.
Yeah, he made that drive look easy, but that had a high degree of difficulty.
Richardson for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Here's Simmons. Pass to McGee. Outside Curry. And here's Simmons. He's guarded by Vassell. Fires for 3. And the Warriors get it back. Out to Thompson. And here's Wiggins. Now McGee. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game from him.
So polished from this painted area. Love watching Wiggins do his thing close to the basket.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pirtle, the pass to Richardson. Here's Wesley. He's covered by Curry. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 6.
It's not easy to work the ball inside in this league, but they've done it all night.
Timeout called, the Warriors. He's checked in for the Warriors. Collins, he's checked in for San Antonio. The Warriors have gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Curry passes to Wiggins. The 3. And again, no good by Golden State. Well, San Antonio's shooting it well, around 55% for the game. Pass to Johnson. Now Vassell, hounded by Wiggins. And here's Richardson. 6 to shoot. And looks like an illegal pick was set. That gets the ref's attention.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Wiggins passes to Curry. Here's Simmons. He's guarded by Vassell. Now here's Curry. He's closely guarded. Outside Richardson. The shot no good. And Golden State will come the other way. Outside Curry. Pass to Wiggins. For 3. Vassell with the rebound. On offense, here is San Antonio. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Oh, wasted no time on that one.
Good shot selection is often the result of great execution.
Golden State has gone 1 of 4 here in the 3rd from range. And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not careful there. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Pass to McDermott. Back to Vassell.
Hey, yo, right here.
The kick out to Richardson. Takes the 3. He can't hit that time. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. To the paint. Here's Poole. 3-pointer. Nails it from beyond the arc. Poole's got 9.
Terrific playmaking from Simmons. Getting the ball into his hands off a wide open shooter.
Pass to Richardson. Now here's McDermott. Outside Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. And the call will go against JaVale McGee. That's his first foul. And as the NBA becomes an increasingly global game, Grant, there's a component of international relations that has to come into it. What are your thoughts about this?
Well, it can be tricky. I mean, it's a challenge. You have to respect people's cultures and way of doing business. But yes, the game, I believe, also can play a role in bringing cultures and different countries together over the love of the game of basketball.
San Antonio again missing.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not helping things, and his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
我这样传一定是没问题，因为他那个
I mean, you have to
防守
love
他
this
的
approach.
这
You want to
个
get the ball to
球
the
员是
guys
背
who
对着
make
我，
plays.
他不知道
This
球
is
从
when
哪里
good
来的。
players really get after it. He can sense that they're
顶多
reeling,
只
and
是
he's
砸到
got
他
to put
身
his
上。
foot on the pedal.
And so it's San Antonio with it.
这样子的
After
话
the Warriors picking up a basket just a moment
这个
ago.
lead pace 是一定觉得
McDermott can't get it to go.
快攻的时候
He
就是
just
要用
couldn't
lead
finish the
pace，
job that
像
time.
这样子
And too bad, because it was a nice look.
Kuminga, the pass to
现在就
Wiggins.
是另外一招就是这样子啊，
Now here's
然后我
Looney.
就往中间切，
Back to
对不对？
Curry.
你看就这样子。
Ooh, good finish at the
Done
rack
it.
off the slick feed. Curry's got 5 points now this quarter.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Now here's Robinson.
跑出去外面干嘛？那个人跑在外
Spurs
面
need
干
to get
嘛？
one up here. For 3, Collins. And once again, off the mark by San Antonio. The Warriors have gone 5 for 9 from the floor in the third quarter.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
No defender in sight. He tries to take initiative, but ultimately comes away empty-handed.
Knocks it down from distance. Curry's got 15.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today coming from an unlikely position. It's the big fella with the sweetest pass of the day.
I feel like we've seen more slick passing big men in the league today than we've ever seen.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. So on the floor for the Spurs, Johnson and Pirtle, the big men. Then there's Josh Richardson. Then there's Devin Vassell. Johnson inside. Looney's there. Johnson with a bucket. Johnson's gotten his first points of the night.
He is extremely comfortable and confident around that paint. We'll see a lot of points from Keldon Johnson in that area.
Pass to Thompson from downtown. Rebound San Antonio. When this one's in the books, they'll be off to Sacramento, taking on the Kings. That'll be their second of 3 games total on this road trip. Richardson, the pass to Pirtle. Vassell outside. And that one good. About 1 minute played here in the fourth quarter. Curry with it. Pass to Wiggins. Oh, stolen by Richardson. Here's Wesley. He's covered by Curry. Wide open. They grab their own miss.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
And the shot's good by Wiggins.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
And no lack of aggression on that move. Good for the 2K drive.
And you know, B.A., even with the game well in control, he's going right at the rim. I love it.
Pass to Richardson. Now Vassell. 5 on the clock. Unloads from 13. And there it is for him. Vassell's got 4 points in the quarter. Golden State has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Curry finds Kuminga. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Curry. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Richardson. Back to Johnson. Outside Richardson. He shoots it. Here's Pirtle. And there's the bucket. Staying with it that time. Offensive glass, getting it done.
That'll drive your coach crazy, failing to box out. Ugh.
Oh, yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
McGee, he's checked in for the Warriors. Ben Simmons comes in for Kuminga. It's Wiggins on the wing. Outside Curry. Back to Wiggins. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Yeah, the first overall pick in 2014, Andrew Wiggins has carved out a nice career as a scoring wing.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. The Spurs have gotten 4 shots out of 6 attempts to drop so far in the fourth. Richardson against Simmons. And there's a defensive 3-second call. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Warriors. And the technical free throw is good. And as solid as Pirtle is during the game, his free throws, Grant, can be an issue.
BA, it really limits his minutes during close games late. You know, he's right around 50% for his career. He has decent form, so there is some hope for improvement.
And so it's San Antonio with it. They've only given up 5 points here in the fourth. Beyond the arc. And the ball's out of bounds. It was last touched by Richardson. The Warriors have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Pass to Simmons. Wiggins outside. Back to Curry. Clock at 6. Uses the glass on the layup. And the Warriors lead by 19.
On a night like tonight, Steph Curry is must-watch basketball. He can score from anywhere.
Here's Wesley. He's covered by Curry. Simmons against Johnson. Driving in. Ooh, great D that time from Simmons. The Warriors have gone 3 of 4 in the fourth and looking confident on offense. The kick out to Wiggins. Pass to Curry.
Close in.
Thompson outside. Back to Curry. The 3-ball. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game.
Yeah, he's in his bag from beyond the arc right now. You see his confidence.
And of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Vassell. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation there on the defense. And the NBA always tinkering with the rule book, Richard. Any rules you'd like to see change? The Richard Jefferson effect?
No, well, a lot of people ask me about the 4-point shot, and I just tell them, do you see where Steph and Clay and Damian Lillard are shooting from now? Where are you going to put a 4-point shot? All we're going to do is reward those guys for a skill that they already have. And I think sometimes you also have to look at the impact that it will have on the game of basketball. If you just have kids trying to shoot these shots or trying to see where they can come from, then you have no idea what it will do to their skill impact. So I don't think that would be a good thing for the game of basketball.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Warriors.
Loved how much they moved the ball out there tonight.
Yeah, no one got left out. This was a real team effort.
And make no mistake, this has been a legendary year for them as they continue to rack up win after win. The confidence, enthusiasm, and carefree attitude they played with has now helped earn them their 72nd win this year. Just remarkable.
And they had no trouble finding the win against this squad. They'll wrap up the season series with a clean 3-0 sweep.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Stephen Curry.
He was just dropping dimes left and right out there. Any opening that the D provided, he exploited it and found his teammates.
Great open look there.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And that's a foul called on Stephen Curry. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Primo. Left side, Johnson. From deep. Primo can't hit. Curry against Richardson. Mills, the pass to Curry. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
And so Golden State takes this one, and by a big margin. They didn't have too many problems tonight. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This.
24分啊。好，再打这一场就好了。这一场有点难啊，因为这个 Murray 啊。
Real quick, Rodney, what do you run?
我看一下啊。Murray, Porter, Wiggins 去 Murray 啊 ，Murray 去给 Wiggins 啊 ，Porter 哈不是 ，Porter 有点厉害 ，Porter 给我们西门斯好了，他有点厉害啊 ，Golden 给我们的那个 Thompson 就可以了。 哎呦，靠，不对啊！不对，McGee 可以啦 ，McGee 可以 ，McGee 应该可以。这样子啊。
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting five. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA. DA, take it away.
Hey, good evening, Kevin.
I think we all appreciate him. What a terrific player. Great stuff, David. Thanks. Now, Golden State's starting five. Guard pair on the floor. It's Curry and Thompson. Ben Simmons is out there with JaVale McGee. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. And for Denver, the forward spots will be Porter Jr. and Gordon. Murray out there with Reed. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And coming down the stretch here, Greg, a lot left to decide, especially for teams on the playoff bubble.
And Kevin, the play-in tournaments add another level of complexity. I'll say this, the league now has more teams fighting all the way to the end.
Here's Simmons. He trains the turnaround jump shot. Simmons got the opening bucket of the night here for the Warriors.
You know, what touch from the Australian native Ben Simmons. I mean, he's so good at staying under control, even when facing physical contact.
Now here's Murray. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game. Passes it to Reed. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. The pass to Gordon. 3 on the clock. Over Thompson. And he overshot that one, missing. Simmons left side. Outside Curry. McGee against Jokic. McGee the pass to Curry. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
You know, at close range, Curry has a plethora of shots. You simply can't allow him to get those looks.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And putting that pressure on the rim, that's what it's all about, threatening with that attack. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Curry finds Simmons. Back to Curry. Pass to Simmons. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Misses the three. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Greg, looking at the shooting numbers of Michael Porter Jr., they're off the charts.
I mean, his first full year in the league, Porter Jr. was top 20 in field goal percentage, top 10 in three-point percentage. Incredible numbers for a 6'10" wing.
Good on the bucket.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Murray, the pass to Porter. And here's Gordon. He's covered by Thompson. Pass to Jokic. Shoots over McGee. And Jokic gets it to go. The assist from Reed.
A lot of times, Jokic is creating a jump shot for somebody else, but he's just as good a receiver as he is a distributor. And that's pretty impressive for a 7-footer.
Here's Curry. It drops for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy?
You really don't want to allow him to get too comfortable, but even with stifling defense, he's going to still find a way to get it in the basket.
Gordon. The shot, no good. And Golden State will go the other way with it. They beat the Nuggets during their last encounter in Denver.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road. Take good shots and knock them down with confidence.
Well, efficiency is critical, and I love how they ran their offense and got quality shots out of their sets.
This is his first free throw of the game. And the first one drops.
And, you know, when Porter Jr. is healthy, I mean, he's got a lot of game. This guy is versatile. He's got good size. He's a multi-dimensional talent.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for JaVale McGee. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Simmons. And Poole subbed in for Thompson. Now, here's Looney. Curry kicks to Poole. Back to Curry. Lets it go from deep. Second shot opportunity. Kuminga the pass to Poole. Buries it from 3-point range. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Brown outside. Passes it to Highland. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot. That time.
And how about mixing it up inside there? Steph, still a threat. That nimbleness he has helps him to get that shot off.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And such a young, exciting core for the Nuggets. The MVP, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray. This group has a chance to be a contender for years to come.
Here's Highland. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Here's Brown. Got a piece of it. To the inside. Here's Poole. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him. With Jokic, I mean, the potential, Greg, of this Denver team, they've got so much of it. But what is the key for them to actually reach it?
Kevin, simply health. I mean, they need Murray and MPJ to be out there. Those two have had major injury issues. Jokic is a generational talent, but the man needs help.
Now, here's Porter. His last outing with 20 points. Denver needs to get off a shot. Here's Highland. The Nuggets with another miss. Warriors leading by 6. Kuminga finds Poole. Outside Curry. To the middle. That's good, and it's his 4th basket of the game. He's a strong 4 for 6.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
And there's the pass to Brown. Over in the corner, Green. And that time, also a missed shot.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Poole kicks to Kuminga. Pass to Curry. Shoots. It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. What do you guys think about the Warriors here so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Jokic is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Reed, and there's Gordon, and it's Murray in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And a great job to get that angle on a tremendous drive.
And it's finishes like that which have helped them build this lead here in the first half.
To the left wing.
머리的头发太长了，
Jokic
应该去
finds
剪一
Gordon.
下好不好？
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Thompson.
Really a fantastic job by Gordon to bury himself down there, giving the defense really no other choice than to foul him.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Kevon Looney. Clark, when they're evaluating draft prospects, we always hear about wingspan, arm span. How does that translate to the basketball floor?
Well, it's actually reach factor, Kevin. That's a huge component of defense, particularly when you're talking about guys switching all the time. So the ability to cover ground, to challenge shots from a distance, that's why wingspan is so important. And you think about it, multiple defensive player of the year, Rudy Gobert, perhaps has the longest wingspan ever recorded at the Combine.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Now, here is Reed. Guarded by Poole. Back to Jokic. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And the replay demonstrating once again how aggressive that defense was.
And big defensive plays like that will help them stay in control of this one.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Greg, Ben Simmons, one of 4 players in the entire history of the NBA to average at least 7 rebounds and 7 assists per game through his first 4 seasons.
Think about it, joining Magic Johnson, Oscar Robinson, and Luka Doncic. That is some pretty elite level company.
Simmons looking around. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Thompson finds Simmons. Golden State moving the ball around. Back to Thompson. Launches it. Second chance shot and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
You know, this is what we've seen Jokic do every night. I mean, he puts himself in position to make an impact on the game.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Yeah, you know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
Warriors leading by 10. To the paint. Here's Simmons. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Simmons got his second bucket of the night.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Pass to Gordon. And there's the feed to Murray. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Free throw good, Murray. One of the stars of the 2020 bubble playoffs, Jamal Murray.
I mean, remember, he had a 50-point game, and Murray averaged over 26 points, helped Denver make it to the Western Conference Finals. We saw Jamal take his game to another level in Orlando.
Boy, nice use of strength that time by Simmons, getting past the defense and into a shot.
Reed the pass to Covington. Reed against Simmons. Reed kicks to Jokic. Outside Gordon. Step back shot. And that one hits back iron.
I tell you what, the defense should send Christmas cards for that miss.
To the middle. Here's Poole. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Poole's got 10 points.
Boy, Andrew Wiggins, the former first overall pick, showing off his passing skills there.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Yeah, and it's not easy to do. Much easier said than done, but they're capable of making it happen. It just comes down, I think, to will and desire.
And a whole new lineup here for the Nuggets. Golden State also making some changes. Looney's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kuminga comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Curry subbed in for Jordan Poole.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Yeah, I agree. You know, sometimes that can be a tough call for the refs to make, but not that time. It was easy there.
And that one drops. He's got 11.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And the jam by Stephen Curry.
And Curry making his presence felt on D with the steal leading to the break. He finds ways to impact games with far more than just his shooting.
Pass to Porter. Here's Highland. .135 left now here in the second. Najee passes to Highland. Shoots over Curry. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Warriors leading by 17. Here's Simmons. 11 points for him in that last game against San Antonio. Kuminga the pass to Thompson. Back to Kuminga. Thompson outside. Pulls from the top of the key. And the Warriors tack on 2 more.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Denver calls timeout.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
On the wing, Brown. Defended by Kuminga. And that one's good. Green.
Yeah, well done to finish that one off.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here's Curry. He's guarded closely. Looney kicks to Curry. And it's Denver with the rebound.
Boy, that's got to be terribly frustrating there. I mean, with the defense not hustling, and he still misses. Boy, he wishes he had that one back.
Shoots from 12. Here's Green. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got his 4th rebound in this one. To the inside. It's Curry. That time on the assist by Simmons. Curry's got 17 now.
Yeah, these defenders just looked a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Kicks to Porter. With 4 seconds on the clock, misses at the rim.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of
the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After one half of play, it's been a one-sided affair. Hey, everybody, welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. What a start it was for Stephen Curry. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Warriors. Kenny, what'd you think?
I like what they're doing offensively. Looking at their field goal percentage, they're moving the ball, getting great looks, and of course, they're knocking down shots. I mean, that's the point of the game, isn't it? Yeah, that's the point.
Obviously.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Nuggets.
It's their defense that's put them in this spot. Giving up easy looks all over the place. It's like they don't have even a game plan in place. Check out the field goal percentage that they've allowed. Well, that's not going to cut it, Ernie. I don't even want to talk about it no more.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. On the wings, Thompson and Wiggins. JaVale McGee is out there with Simmons. And it's Curry in at the point. The Nuggets trailed by 19. Here's Reed. And the dunk by Reed.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Curry against Porter. Murray scanning the floor. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Murray's got his second bucket tonight.
Murray doing whatever it takes to find a shot. Dynamic play from Jamal.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And they might be down big, but you'd love the mentality he has to go at defenders and just keep attacking.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away. I mean, talking about Jamal Murray, man, is he talented. But he has had his difficulties staying on the floor.
And, Greg, that's been so unfortunate, and I feel for him. I mean, you can tell how frustrated he's been with the injuries that have saddled him. Because this is a guy you can tell who absolutely loves to play and wants to prove he can be counted on. And the injuries have just stonewalled him a bit the last couple of seasons. Defense really working hard to stop Gordon, but he's a skilled big man who knows how to use his body, especially in the paint.
Curry, good. Curry's got 19 points.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Murray, the pass to Porter. Reed against Curry. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to 13. Good bucket there from Reed.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Simmons finds Curry. Off target from three-point range.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Count that one.
Well, you know, on the inside, Porter is a very skilled player. He understands that you've got to be multi-dimensional, a lot of versatility to your game to be effective inside.
Timeout called the Warriors.
And back in 2021, Nikola Jokic became the lowest drafted player to ever win the MVP. The 41st pick of the draft, the first second-round pick to win the award.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Covington's checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Poole's checked in for Thompson.
Clearly out of rhythm now, guys. I mean, just 1 for 5 to begin the second half.
The pass to Reed. Shoots the three. Simmons pulls it in. And from second rounder to MVP, Greg, Nikola Jokic. What a story.
Amazing, Kevin. And, you know, one thing the Joker did to transform his game, dedicate himself to his conditioning. Jokic is in much better shape now than when he first entered the league.
Inside, here's Curry. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. 21 points for Stephen Curry.
Tell you what, it's just one of those nights where Curry finds a rhythm and just keeps on flowing. This show never gets old.
Gordon kicks to Murray. 5 to shoot. Back to Gordon. From the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. Curry's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Simmons. He feeds it to Wiggins. Reed against Curry. Pass to McGee. Wiggins outside. Some nice passing by Golden State. And Curry the bucket on the assist by Wiggins. Curry's got 7 points here in this quarter.
They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Several teams changing it up here. Here's Highland. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. The Nuggets with another miss.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Curry on the wing. 3-pointer, 6 to shoot, sinks the triple. Curry's got 2 now from beyond the arc in the 3rd for the Warriors. Brown outside. Pass to Highland. Murray outside. Feeds to Covington. Back to Murray. They need this. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. Murray's got his 3rd basket of the night. And here is Curry. He's got 27. Wiggins dishes to Curry.
Oh.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Wiggins has got 3 assists in the game. The Nuggets trailed by 19. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Brown, good.
And now they're shooting it pretty well. That was not something we would have said in that first half.
Passes it to Kuminga. Back to Curry from outside the arc. And another 3 for Golden State.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. To the wing on the left. Here's Najee. And it's Looney with the rebound. Looney's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. It's good. Poole's got 12 in the game.
We know Curry has tremendous vision, and he uses it to tee up his teammates for easy shots.
Murray outside. Over Wiggins, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. And so it's the Golden State Warriors cruising into the quarter break with a... And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. Then it's Michael Porter. Then it's Reed. And it's Highland in it. That's the group on the floor for Denver. And the basket is good.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
And he's caught fire from long range here in the second half.
Highland passes to Porter. Here's Highland. Clark, when you were playing, social media wasn't a thing. Now that you see it through your eyes, how has that changed the game?
I think it's changed it exponentially, and in many ways it's been good in terms of more people being able to be connected. You can expose more people to more of the beauty of the game. For marketing, I think it's terrific when you talk about video clips and all of the different kinds of content you can create and share globally around the game. The challenge, though, for the players is making sure that they keep the main thing, keep first things first, and not allow the noise of the internet and social media to be a distraction. You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Warriors. For Denver, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And that one's good, Jokic.
That's exactly what you want the offense to produce, a high percentage look for Jokic.
And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for Golden State. The Oklahoma City Thunder will be in town for the next one. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. McGee finds Curry, and he uses the glass on the layup. Curry's got 39.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Outside, Porter.
Come get it, come get it.
Here's Highland. Now the pass to Jokic. Back to Porter. Shot clock at 6. From past the arc. Highland misses.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Highland passes to Porter. Here's Highland, covered by Wiggins. Pass to Highland. The three-pointer off the mark.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And the basket by Curry.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic showing you the benefits of that work in the weight room, muscling right through the defender.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
I like this throwback approach they're taking, looking to score high percentage shots in the paint. And so far, it's working.
And the thing I've seen that I've really been impressed by is they've gotten everybody involved, unselfishly making that extra pass, getting that ball to the right guy at the right time for the good shot.
Smith kicks to Jordan. Coffee passes to Green. And too much time in the lane, they get called for the 3-second violation. And with the play-in tournament, single-game elimination comes to the NBA, Clark. It brings tremendous ratings in the college game, and it's good to see it, I think, here in the pros.
I agree with you 100%, Kevin. Absolutely. I mean, the midseason tournament might also have that same kind of appeal. I think those high stakes really make for compelling, dramatic viewing.
Out left to the wing. Jordan left side. Baseline try. Buries the jump shot.
That's a textbook example of how to move the ball. Boy, you got to love that action.
Now here's Mills, covered by Smith. From deep. No good on the shot. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. Green in the post. Lays it up off the glass.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of look.
We've got 1:55 left in the game. Here's Watanabe. Shot clock at 5. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. We're seeing a lot of pretty lively pregame dance routines from the players. You got any of that in your repertoire, say, before we begin a broadcast?
Oh, Kevin, I think pretty soon we should work out a few sequences, get ourselves fired up. You game?
No. Come on, Greg, I'm not sure about that, but you go ahead and do it. Morris with the ball. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And with the internet and social media, players Clark have so much more ability to engage with the public and be heard. Is that important?
Kevin, anytime you can empower folks to share their voice, their stories, and be authentic in their own way, I think that's a positive. Player empowerment is something that social media avails, not only to players, but I think to everybody. It doesn't just bring attention to the game, but also causes and commitments players have to their respective communities and issues that are going on in the world. So I think it can be far more good than bad when you think about the platform of social media.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Warriors.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And you can hardly say this win surprised anyone with the season these guys have put together. Win after win all year long. What a record-breaking year this team has put together. A season for the record books.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
Well, once they'd taken the first 2 from them, you could just sense how this one was going to go.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Stephen Curry.
There wasn't much they could do to slow him down as he was converting every good chance he got.
Here's Ntilikina. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Now, here is Smith. T right on him. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up for...
41分啊！我看一下他整个赛季的话，哇靠！现在怎么样？98哦，怎么变这么强？投篮命中率5成7呀，3分球快4成5啊，罚球8成5。我们看一下汤姆森。3分球命中率4成62，这4成62是联盟最强的。投篮命中率4成68，4成62，好吗？剩下最后5场了，最后3场例行赛。